Hello. Hello. No. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. We will wait for 2 more minutes for others to join and then we'll start our discussion. 2 more minutes we'll wait and then we'll start our discussion. Guys, thanks for joining. We'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start our discussion. Once again, welcome everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. Hope my voice is audible for everyone. My screen is also visible for everyone.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for your confirmation. So probably for the initial few minutes, like we will introduce or get to know each other kind of a discussion, and then we'll move into the actual topic discussion. So myself, Saravanan. So I'm going to take you through this entire journey of Dynatrace APM tool learning. So I'm into this field for probably 16 years, more into performance testing, performance engineering, working with multiple customers, interacting with multiple people, understanding performance testing things and performance engineering things. So I'm taking Dynatrace, AppDynamics, Neuralink, Datadog training, performance engineering as well, and also load runner, Jmeter, Neoload, Gatling. Those tools also I do training. So probably our current focus area is actually Dynatrace, but whatever the questions or doubts that you have across the tool, yes, we can discuss. We'll discuss and understand what is your problem statement, and I'll try to resolve your queries. So with this brief introduction, I'll I may be asking like in this forum, you guys can simply drop a message in the chat like what is your experience level and what is your current role, so that we'll get to know the mixture of learners, like how many years of experience that you have and what activity that we are doing right now. Maybe you can put it like performance tester or functional tester or developer, whatever. Just you can drop a message saying like what is your year of experience and then what role that you are currently playing. Very good. Broad support, 18 years experience. Very good. Functional tester, 6 years of experience. Broad support engineer has 10 years. Very, very good. 5.6 APM 1 year. Functional 15 years DB engineer, performance test engineer. Yeah, thank you. So basically, we get to know like what I mean, the mixture of learners available in this forum, so that we'll also inline to our discussion will also be inline to that level, because many those who are joining for these kind of a training, they'll have that mindset, or they'll have that doubt whether how this course will be suitable for my level of experience or for my work stream that I'm doing. So that is the reason I usually ask this question in the forum, so that we'll get to know what mixture of people or what activity that we are currently doing, so that our discussion will also be in line to that thing. Okay, so hopefully most of them are related to support and production support, and then performance, or very few are manual testers as well. Yeah, because this tool can be used by anybody. Okay, that I wanted to tell you first. Okay, this is not like a tool specifically used for so and so activity and all. No, any person they can use this tool, provided what activity that they are performing is actually matters. So with that understanding, we'll go into the course content discussion. So this is what we are going to cover as part of our learning, and I'm encouraging each and every one of you, please participate in this discussion. That is very important. It is not like a monologue session. I am the only person will speak, and then you all will be there in the listening mode. No, it's not like that. Anything that you wanted to discuss, or you feel like you need more explanation for certain topic, please feel free to ask your question, and then we'll move on. Okay, because we are spending our golden time, and we are joining these kind of sessions. The outcome should be useful, right? So that is what the expectation. So please feel free to ask your question. Even you can drop a message, or if you feel like uh, I mean, there are times people will think like this is a good question, bad question kind of a thing, and then they'll hesitate to ask questions. So if you feel like that, you can even drop a message, so that I'll read, and then I'll answer to those questions as well. But the good part is that we will discuss. That is very important, because anytime when you are joining the session, there may be an expectation that you require certain additional topic, or your focus area is different. So uh, uh, you can even tell that topics or interest of things, so that we'll try to incorporate that as well in our existing content. Okay, you are most welcome. So that is what we usually do. If you feel there are topics you wanted to be additionally, I mean, with respect to it, it should be beneficial for everybody. So in that case, we'll add that in the regular content, and then we'll cover that as well. How are the opportunities in the market for Dynatrace tool? Yes, opportunity is very, very bright, because uh, what is happening in the industry right now, anyone who's searching for a job, okay, two opportunities, right? One is APM specialist. Itself is actually a job role. Okay, be it like any APM tool, predominantly Dynatrace tool, because Dynatrace usually dominates the industry, so leading the market. So in that way, APM specialist itself is actually a job role. And as usual, production support team nowadays, they started using in an effective way these APM tools, because that is minimizing their work basically. Okay, earlier uh, production support team usually they have to keep on watching the or observing the servers, applications, database, and they have to understand, is there any problem, and then they'll create a level 1 ticket, level 2 ticket, level 3 ticket, like that. And then they have to assign it to the respective team. They have to fix the issue, and then they have to redeploy it into the production. It's like a very, very hard job to do, actually. But now, using the help of these APM tools, your task is little easy or little streamlined, because the tool will do most of the work, and you are only going to use the tool and then get the benefit. So that is the reason even production support team, they started using this APM tools, predominantly Dynatrace tool. Okay. Along with that, example, if you are a performance tester, you are searching for a job, and every job description that you look into. Okay, I don't know in this forum anybody searching for a job right now, but those who are searching for a job in the stream of performance testing, every job description will have one performance testing tool and one APM tool. That is a usual trend. Okay, usual trend is one performance testing tool and one APM tool is the usual trend. So in that case, learning one APM tool is actually nowadays expected. So in that case, learning Dynatrace tool is actually very important or useful to your career ladder as well. So in that way, opportunities are very, very good, Deepti. Did I answer your question, Deepti?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So near future, we are migration in our application from ITRS. ITRS, you are referring a monitoring tool, Bibu? ITRS monitoring tool or any other? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure. So yes, I mean, obvious, Dynatrace is actually having a lot of technology compatibility or industry trends. Basically, they are having good amount of industry trends that are there in the Dynatrace as well. So yes, it is obvious that people are started moving to Dynatrace tool because all-in-one solution, right? That they call that as full stack monitoring, end-to-end monitoring or full stack monitoring. Okay. So obvious that Dynatrace is the choice of tool for everybody. Yes, good to learn that tool as well, people. Yeah. So I'll quickly share my screen. So first of all, we are going to start things from scratch. Okay, that is the reason I asked this question also. I mean, uh, the experience level and job role and all, because of this reason only. Yes, we are going to start things from scratch, basics, foundation level only. So we are starting from what are APM tools basically. Okay, APM tools means what? Because many, they don't have that understanding itself. What this APM tool is having the capability. Why we have to learn APM tool? What is this normal monitoring tool and then this APM tool does? So that kind of understanding is pretty much missing. I mean, many, they do not have that understanding. So that's the reason I am starting that from the basic APM tool means what. Okay. And then why APM tools are required to be learned by developers, performance testers, and performance engineers? Because this is also a mindset. I observe this mindset with everybody that this tool is actually for performance testers. This tool is specifically used by performance testers. That is the mindset I observe now, but it is not like that. It is not like that. Anybody can use it. Okay, anybody can use it, provided what activity that they are doing is actually matters. Okay, even developers, performance testers, performance engineers, system support engineers, DevOps engineers, SRE or observability engineer, whoever they wanted to do use, they can use it, provided what activity that they are going to perform is actually matters. Okay, so that is the reason I added this topic, just to bring the awareness that this is not the tool only used by performance tester. This can be used by anybody, provided the activity that you are doing is actually important. That is what we are going to discuss in the second topic. Basically, it's just to bring the understanding of tool level. Okay. Yeah, Rashmi.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
So does Dynatrace have the ability to raise auto tickets?
Your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking, Rashmi. Come again one more time.
Uh, uh, Full stack monitoring, it's in the infrastructure. Dynatrace have the ability to raise.
Sorry, again, something got cut in the middle. Infrastructure monitoring, I understand. Full stack monitoring, I understand. There is something missed in the middle, Rashmi.
Does Dynatrace have the ability to raise auto tickets?
The integrations, basically, you can do integrations. Okay. There is something called problem notifications. Okay. So that problem notification, nothing but it is going to notify even in the screen level or in the integration level. So if you are integrating with certain ticketing systems, yes, obviously you will get the notification.
Okay,
We have
sir.
a topic. Yes. We have a topic for that, Rashmi.
Is it? Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for your question. And then straight away, our focus area, Dynatrace introduction. So we'll discuss about Dynatrace. I mean, why we are learning Dynatrace tool, that is very important, right? So that we are going to discuss. And then Dynatrace and its competitor, basically, just to get the understanding, because you should not think like Dynatrace is the only tool in the market, right? So there are other tools in the market as well, and yes, evenly they are having a tight competition across the tool. I mean, Dynatrace, AppDynamics, New Relic, Datadog, whatever the tool available in the market, yes, equally everybody is performing good in that. Dynatrace, over the period, they are leading the market. That is how we observe Dynatrace as a tool. Okay, so that we will discuss, and then straight away components and solution architecture. Dynatrace is available in two mode. One is on-premises or managed model. Another one is SaaS model, which is software as a service model. Yeah, will we be able to do? Yeah. We will discuss everything practically, Sankalp. So we are going to do everything practically, and you are also going to create an account, and then we are going to practically do the learning, and whatever the questions or doubt that you are facing, we are going to discuss in the session. That is how it is designed. Okay. So I'll do everything practically in the screen, and I expect you to do that and then come back and then ask your questions. We'll discuss in the forum. So that is the expectation, Sankalp. Okay. And I'll explain like how to set up the sample applications. I'll explain 3 sample applications. In that, whichever you feel comfortable, you can install it in your machine, and then you can do your hands-on practice. I'll show everything practically in my system, and you will also do that in your machine, and then not in the session, post the session. So you will do that, and then if you're facing any issues, you will bring your question, and then we'll discuss in the section. Okay.
So is there any difference between SaaS version and on-premise version? Like tracking is same, right? Monitoring is same, or the GUIs will be different?
Everything is same. Everything is same. Only the setup is actually the difference. On premises, you are going to install it in your premise. SaaS is nothing but Dynatrace is going to own the infrastructure, and you are going to get the service alone. I mean, URL, username, password to log in, and then you are going to use the service. That is the difference.
Right. Just I'm asking inside after that, once the setup is done, the monitoring steps are same, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
See, not only here, maybe I'll slightly put this word. Not only here, every tool vendor, their focus area is more towards SaaS nowadays. Okay. I mean, I don't think Dynatrace is also exception in that. They'll also think like future would be cloud, right? So obviously their focus area would also be there in SaaS model only, but you will not see a drastic things and all. But I feel, I mean, in my understanding, I'm saying over the period they may focus more on SaaS instead of on-prem, because customers are also moving to SaaS. That is the reason. Okay, Suresh?
Right, right. And I know most of the tools are coming with AI integrated. So this tool also have AI integrated. Can you show that? Is that covered in this?
You mean to say artificial intelligence, if I heard it correctly?
Yeah.
Dynatrace is actually having their own intelligence, which is actually called as Davis. Okay. So the problem notification topic I told you, right? The problem notification topic, we'll see that as well. I mean, yes, Davis does a lot of things, but in that one factor is actually this identification of the problem and how to cross correlate your information to find the root cause and all, right? So that topic we'll discuss about that. Okay.
Okay.
Krishna, will you give Dynatrace tool access for an? So you will create it, no? I'll explain how to create the account, so that you will create and then you do hands-on. Or on the other side, if you want to, I'll do that. It's not a matter, but you yourself can do that. Okay. Or you really feel that it has to be done from our end? Yeah, we can do that. Not a problem.
But like for Dynatrace free access, can we able to install one agent and can we perform all the things which we perform in live project?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah. Dynatrace only provides. Yeah, that is the learning account, right? Your free trial account. But if you feel like 15 days is over, you can still create one more and then you can do your learning.
Hey, this is Guru here. I have more stories like. Dynatrace have lot of options, right? So like
Sorry, your voice is not audible for me. Can you come a little closer to the mic and then speak?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
There is some disturbance in your mic actually.
Okay. So can you hear me now? Is it clear?
Yeah. Better now.
So DB monitoring and application monitoring. So all this, there are a lot of things, and it is not a small thing. So how we will be going to teach all the components, right? So is it cloud-based? Isn't even installed in different maybe servers or something like that? How will you go to fix all that?
Your voice broken in the middle, but I understood your question. So, yeah, we'll set up our sample application in an environment, and there we will configure Dynatrace, and then we do the monitoring.
Because I tried through my own system, and through cloud, Linux server and DB server. Only that much it is possible for me, but to go more in depth, it is not possible for me. I don't have that knowledge, that much knowledge. So
See, with the trial account, that is how we can do it, right? I mean, if you are able to do everything, then most of the people, they'll not purchase license itself, right? So could be the restriction maybe you encountered, but you can still do all your monitoring. I mean, on-premises, cloud, whatever the monitor. Even in our course content, it is actually covered. Probably, I'm not sure in what way you tried it, but we'll discuss in our regular session so that you will get to know all these things.
Is this training sufficient to clear a Dynatrace certification?
Associate, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So, two different models we are going to discuss, and then how to do the installation of your agent, and then how one agent is actually reporting the data, right? So that also we will discuss. Basically, you are going. I mean, yes, there are two flavors of installation we will look into. One is Windows flavor, and other one is Linux flavor. So both the flavors will see like how to install your one agent, and then how you are going to do the monitoring, right? We'll discuss that. And then straight away the very important topic, because why I'm saying this is very important topic. People, those who are doing performance testing, okay, not for others. People, those who are doing performance testing, their tool is actually covering only server level response time. Okay, HTTP level response time. And that too, if you wanted to get the browser level or your front end level data, either they have to use different protocol. With the HTTP protocol, that is not possible. But the client side metric that they wanted to get, it means Dynatrace is actually providing that. Okay, so that is actually called as front end monitoring. Front end monitoring is nothing but your browser level, what is happening, or your application level, what is happening, right? So that is what we are going to discuss in the front end monitoring. That too, we are going to discuss it in two types. Okay, I would say two types. One is agent based, another one is agentless based. Okay, agent based and agentless based. So during certification also, questions related to this topic will come. Okay, so what is this agentless real user monitoring, RUM, RUM? Okay, so agentless real user monitoring or agent mode. Agent mode is nothing but the usual one agent mode only, one agent installed, right? So that is agent mode. Agentless mode is nothing but how to configure your one agent in your source code level or your HTML level. So I'm going to explain like how to configure your one agent in the HTML level, so that how without even installing one agent, how you are going to do the front end monitoring, like that we are going to practically learn. Okay, because say an example, there are instances your infrastructure team, they are not allowing you to install any software in the server. I mean, I'm talking about the web server. Okay, so or where your static content is actually available. So in that server, if they are not allowing you to install the one agent, okay, in that case, what approach is available? Yes, the approach name is actually agentless real user monitoring. So you are not going to install the one agent, you are going to instrument the one agent. Okay, you are not going to install the one agent. Instead, you are going to instrument the one agent. That instrumentation of the one agent is actually called as agentless real user monitoring. Don't worry, maybe I may be using some technical jargons right now, but don't worry, during our regular session, each and everything we are going to learn practically. How this instrumentation we are doing, real user monitoring, how we are doing, actually why we are doing real user monitoring, those topics and all we are going to discuss. Because during interview times, the interviewer, they are expecting these kind of a technical things only. I mean, why we are really monitoring this, what additional information that you will get if you are doing this real user monitoring. Okay, I mean, your HTML, your CSS, your JavaScript, your PNG, your JPEG, all these contents, how it is actually loading, kind of information that you wanted to get it, you are going to use this real user monitoring concepts. Okay, in that two variety I told you, one is agent based, another one is agentless based, right? So both the things we are going to discuss. And there is one another capability available. Okay, I mean, this is not regularly used capability, but at least Dynatrace is having that. I mean, they are having a set of APIs, Swagger APIs, Dynatrace, and through that you can perform certain activity. I mean, not only Dynatrace, nowadays every tool they are introducing or implementing their functionality in the form of APIs. Okay, even Performance Center is actually having, or Neoload is actually having, AppDynamics is actually having. So if every tool, what they are doing, they are implementing their functionality in the form of APIs. So you don't really require to launch the application. Instead, you use the APIs to achieve certain outcome. Okay, that is the expectation. That is the expectation of using this APIs. So I am going to show you one example of this API in Dynatrace. How we are going to use the API like that, we are going to discuss one example. So that is the another topic. And there is one more thing called session replay. Session replay means actually there are activities that you are doing it in the application that is showing like a video format. Example, example, you are navigating you are navigating in the application, that activity is actually captured as a video format in the session replay. Dynatrace is having that feature. So at least at that point of time, what activity that you performed like that, you wanted to get the clarity, you can play this video so that you can understand, okay, these are the navigation that we performed at that moment, like that, you can get the clarity. So for that, there is a capability available, which is session replay. Session replay means that particular session, what are all the activity that you performed, right? We can validate that. So that is session replay. And then session segmentation. So in this particular topic itself, one or two certification questions that are coming usually. So I mean, user session is nothing but there are activities that you are performing. Dynatrace is actually classifying that multiple activities into user sessions. Okay, a collection of user actions are called as user session. Okay, you are performing something. Those actions are actually collected and then put together as a user session. So that user session, instead of a larger log you are monitoring, you are going to have a smaller session. Through that, you are going to analyze your information. That is actually called as user session. I'll explain on what basis Dynatrace is actually classifying those things as a user session and all in a detailed way during our regular session. Okay, and then a very important topic or concept which is nowadays people are discussing, something called as observability. Anybody in this forum heard about observability before?
Yes.
You heard. Very good. I mean, probably I asked the question, heard about. Probably do you know something about observability?
Yes. In recent times, I have gone through few online videos. In that, they are mentioning instead of APM monitoring, they are using observability platforms.
Okay. Yeah, very good question. So Dharmesh asked one question: is it Dynatrace used only for app monitoring and performance testing, or also used for? So it is a full stack monitoring, Dharmesh. So you can do infrastructure, I mean front end infrastructure, service level, process level, even your database level, your network level. All the things are actually possible in Dynatrace. Yes, we are going to learn each and everything in a practical way. Okay, in a practical way, we are going to learn about each and everything. Okay, yeah. So observability, come.
Hello. Yeah, thanks for your response. So also just want adding to that. If when we purchase Dynatrace, so it will come with all of this functionality, or we can just okay, I want only APM functionality. I don't want the infra monitoring or some specific functions of it.
Yeah, there is a licensing model available, Dharmesh. Probably during our second, third session, I'll show that. Okay. What is full stack monitoring? What is infrastructure monitoring? We'll discuss about that, and how it is actually consumption is actually measured. That also we'll discuss. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you. Thanks for your question. So yeah, observability. So I mean, so based on the output, okay, your system is actually giving some output. Based on the output, you are going to comment on the internal part of the application. Okay, that is actually called as observability. Okay, based on the external output, you are going to comment on the internal part of the application. That is actually called as observability. Okay, so what is this external output? They call that as earlier they called that as 3 pillars. Okay, metrics, logs, trace. Okay, metrics, logs, trace, 3 pillars. These 3 earlier they considered. Now they added one more thing also called as events. So shortly they are calling this as melt. Okay, shortly they are calling this as melt. Okay, metrics, events, logs, traces. Okay, so shortly they are calling this as melt, but metrics, event, logs, trace. Okay, metrics, event, logs, trace. So these are the outcome or the output coming from the system. And based on these information, you are going to say whether your system is actually working good or working bad. That is the actual, the theoretical definition of observability. Okay, based on the external output, you are going to comment on the internal part of the application. That is actually the observability. Okay, but not always every system will send all these informations, right? I mean, every system will not give you metrics, events, logs, trace, and all, right? So which means your system is not enabled with these informations, or your system is not providing these information. Because why I am saying like this, your system should be in the observable mode. Observable mode means what? Your system has to give all this information, metrics, events, logs, trace, your system has to provide. If it is not providing, then you cannot capture or you cannot comment on what is happening in the system, right? So certain times, if your system is not providing these informations, they are implementing something called as open telemetry. Open telemetry is a framework, right? So they are implementing the open telemetry, and with that open telemetry, they are trying to get these informations. They are trying to get these informations. Okay. So as part of that, okay, yes, I'm saying metrics, events, logs, trace, like that I'm saying. As part of that, Dynatrace is actually claiming, okay, in official website of Dynatrace, if you see also, they are saying we are providing observability platform. So Dynatrace is actually providing Dynatrace observability platform. So as part of that, Dynatrace having these informations. What informations? Metrics, events, logs, trace. Okay, trace. So that is the reason I added specifically this metrics, because metrics is a dedicated tab in Dynatrace. So we are going to look into what information that they are providing it under metrics. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to cover all the topics also, but metric is something that they recently added in their label or menu that they added. Metrics is separately that they added. So metric is a topic we are going to discuss, and what are all the information that are available like that, we are going to discuss in that. And then service level objective. Service level objective. So I don't know, in this forum, anybody heard about SRE, Site Reliability Engineering, SRE. Okay. So as part of SRE's role and responsibility, this SLO, SLI, SLA is actually an activity that they perform. I mean, definition of SLO, SLI, SLA, and all. So that also we are going to discuss, because Dynatrace is having a separate tab for that SLO. Okay, they are having a separate tab for that SLO. So we are going to discuss that as well in a detailed example. And then dashboards. So we are going to discuss, because this is actually a dedicated work in Dynatrace. Any organization that you are working and they are giving the activity of using Dynatrace, they'll expect you to create a dashboard itself. So we are going to discuss about how to create a dashboard, how to share a dashboard, how to clone a dashboard. All those things we are going to discuss in a detailed way. That is dashboards topic. And then problem analysis. Just now I told you, right? Dynatrace is having an artificial intelligence, which is Davis. So in that, I mean, based on that usage, how problem is actually detected in Dynatrace. Okay. And if the problem is actually detected, is there an option to do the notification? Okay. Notification channel. So we are going to look into two different examples. One is email notification. Another one is Slack notification. Okay. Email notification, Slack notification. So problem analysis we are going to look into, and there are two practical examples we are going to look into. I mean, when your system is actually facing any CPU saturation or long garbage collection, that we are going to discuss. And I mean, we are going to create problem basically. Okay, we have a sample application. We are going to create two problems, CPU saturation and long garbage collection. And when the notification is actually happening, and how the integration capability is used to get the notification, right? So that is also we are going to discuss in a detailed way. And then profiling and optimization, I would say this is kind of an additional topic, because I don't know how regularly people are using this kind of capability, but yes, memory dumps, okay, heap dumps. So how to take heap dump in Dynatrace, and how to analyze, I'm going to explain. Okay, how to take heap dump and how to analyze heap dump, right? We are going to discuss, and then process crash, any process crash and crashes happen, how Dynatrace is actually capturing that, and CPU profiling is nothing but your entire CPU, where and all it got distributed. Okay, your entire CPU, where and all it got distributed, like that we are going to discuss. So that is something we are going to discuss as part of this profiling and optimization. And then production support team. Okay, for them, this capability is very, very useful. Production support team, for them, this capability is very, very useful, which is actually synthetic monitoring. Synthetic monitoring or robotic monitoring or automatic monitoring, whatever you call that as. So what you are going to do, you wanted to monitor your application 24/7. Day and night you wanted to monitor, but without the human intervention, you wanted to monitor. So you will create something called a synthetic job, so that the job will do that activity. It will keep on monitoring your application. Example, www.google.com is your application. So that google.com you wanted to keep on monitoring every 5 minutes, every 15 minutes, like that you wanted to monitor it, means you can create one synthetic job. Okay, through the synthetic job, you are going to find, I mean, or if suddenly if your application is actually going down, you are going to get the notification. So synthetic monitoring is actually very, very useful. So that synthetic monitoring, majorly two types. Okay, browser monitor and HTTP monitor, majorly two types. Internally, three types are there. So we are going to practically learn about how to create browser monitor, browser click path, and then HTTP monitor. All those things we are going to discuss. And then management zone is kind of segregating your entire monitoring into small zones, right? So that we are going to, I mean, dev system separately, QA system separately, UAT system separately, prod system separately, like that you wanted to segregate it, means that how you are going to do it. That is something we are going to do using management zone. Okay, I'll take a pause here, guys. Any question till now?
Yes. So will you also be cover mobile app monitoring, like this synthetic transactions, whatever will be recording, that will be web-based protocol, which will be seen, or also the mobile simulations also, mobile app simulation.
See, right now what we are going to do is actually a web-based only. Yes, see, getting these sample applications hosted publicly is a challenge. So that is the reason we were unable to cover it. But we are covering it in the web application level.
Right, because that is something what I have seen is like these days it's mobile app is easy to use. A lot of people are moving around, and they easily from mobile they'll be accessing the applications and they'll be using it. So monitoring that performance is more important from customer point of view than web based. Like web based, the traffic is little less than what from mobile people are using.
Yeah, valid. So valid, but the practical challenges are there. Getting instrumented app and then hosting it publicly, it's a challenge. I mean, finding it. So yes, even we are also working towards that, but right now it is not available. Probably we'll work on it and then we'll get that done, Dharmesh. But right
no
now
problem.
the synthetic monitoring, we are going to do it in the web application level.
Sure, no problem. So whether synthetic or real user monitoring, but yeah, if you can, I understand. Technically, we have challenges from logistics point of view, but at least you can touch base theoretically, like what any use case or taking any example, like what can be done or how it can be done.
Sure. Yeah, we'll discuss. So, and then process level monitoring, service level monitoring. So these are, I mean, kind of, actually Dynatrace is working in the concept of host. Host is nothing but your machine. Okay. Host, example, Windows machine is one of the host, or Linux machine is one of the host. So on top of the host only, process is running. Example, Apache Tomcat, WebLogic, WebSphere. These are process. On top of it, your actual service is actually going to run. So like that, you are going to categorize process level monitoring, service level monitoring. In that service level monitoring, very, very important topics are actually available. In that, there is one more very important topic is there, which is actually called as distributed traces. Earlier it was called as pure path. Now it is actually, just now I told you, right? Observability, metrics, events, logs, trace. Okay, metrics, events, logs, trace I mentioned, right? So in that trace is nothing but the distributed trace. So earlier it was called as pure path. In order to inline to the wording of your observability, they change the name to distributed traces. So distributed traces is actually a very, very, very important topic. I would say in the entire learning, Dynatrace learning, pure path is a very, very important thing to learn. And definitely during the interview, they'll check whether you have strong understanding in whether you have strong understanding in pure path analysis or what are all the issues that you identified using pure path, like that, and all they'll ask questions. So we'll cover that in the detailed way. Along with that, there are other root cause analysis. This is all, each and everything is actually a issue identification process only. So we'll discuss during the service monitoring, and then database monitoring, host monitoring, network monitoring. All these are separate topic we are going to cover. And then how the different technologies that are identified by Dynatrace, right? So that is also something that we are going to discuss. And then observability basics we are going to discuss. And then tool integration. This is also many learners they requested. So we added this. So how to integrate your load runner Jmeter with Dynatrace. So that is also. And then tips and tricks, real world example. All these things are actually covered as part of the learning. So basically, we are going to cover all aspects of how Dynatrace monitoring is actually happening, because when you implement Dynatrace, you should be in a position to understand what are all the capabilities that are available, what maximum metrics that you can get it out of Dynatrace, like that we need to get it right. So that's the reason we are covering all end-to-end level monitoring as well. Okay. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, this is Kumar sir number. Okay, I'll copy paste this number in the chat. You guys can take it. This is Kumar sir number. Okay, 9133190573. Okay, so you can reach out to Kumar sir for any further information, course timing, course content, timing related, fees related, anything that you wanted to discuss, you can reach out to Kumar sir for further information. This is actually a weekday session. Monday to Friday, we are going to have the session. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are going to have our session because that should not disturb any of your calls and other stuffs, right? So that's the reason. So 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are going to have the session. So Monday to Friday, we are going to have the session. Saturday, Sunday, holiday. 15 plus hours of session, we are going to cover it. Okay, 15 plus hours of session, we are going to cover it. Basically, it is not like a hard and thumb rule that we have to complete by 15. If it is taking 1 or 2 spillovers also, we are okay, because as long as you are good with whatever the things that we are covering, yes, we'll learn everything. Okay, that is the intent of it. Any question, guys, till now?
Yes, Arun, I have a question.
Yep. Yes, please.
Yeah. So you are saying the Jmeter tool integration, right? Like you will teach from scratch how to live monitor the Jmeter results and bring it in the dashboard.
How you are running your Jmeter? I mean, no. You are expecting Jmeter to be covered? No. Jmeter.
No, not Jmeter. So, like, what are the setups you do at the Jmeter level, so that we can see in the Dynatrace dashboard? Yeah,
that will be covered.
Okay, so what is the difference? So what's happening, right, in my organization? So we are also parallelly looking into Prometheus and Grafana integration. Okay, so we are also exploring with the Dynatrace also. So what's your suggestion on that? Like,
sorry, So your question is whether we need to choose Dynatrace or whether we need to choose Prometheus. That is how you're asking?
Yes.
See,
So we are trying with
actually,
AWS managed Prometheus and Grafana. So it's 50% of work is done. Still, since we have to pay more cost on AWS managed Prometheus and Grafana for viewing the live monitor results, so we are also looking for this option.
see, I would say there are pros and cons in that. Even we also tried implementing for one of the account, and I would not say that great success in implementing, and also the output level I'm saying, because this Prometheus, Grafana, Loki, Tempo, all these things are actually kind of unidirectional kind of a tool. I would not say it covers everything. Okay. But Dynatrace is actually a single tool for all your problem statement. That is how I observe. Okay. Maybe my word should not promote Dynatrace, but that is how I understand for last few years, because Prometheus, these things and all, you need, you need to go through the documentation. What is even the compatibility itself? There are things they'll say it is not compatible. Okay. So in that case, there is a chance that it leads to a point where it is kind of a blind spot for you. Okay. So that is a challenge. But if you are thinking that it is a bundled service that you are trying to get it, and we are already into AWS services, no other go. Customer is preferring that. Sometimes you cannot deny that, or you cannot reject that. In that way, no other go means you can go for it. But other than that, if a customer is actually asking for a solution which is actually good in the market or covers all the problem statement, you can even still propose Dynatrace tool itself.
No, we have both tool. The problem is I am new to Perform, so I am jumped from functional to perform testing. So one of my senior is trying with Prometheus and Grafana. Still, what client is looking? So client wants all the server side metrics to be displayed in the dashboard. I mean, in the Grafana dashboard. So we want to integrate Grafana with Dynatrace to capture all the app side, database side metrics.
That is possible.
Yeah, possible. That is possible actually. That is possible. With Prometheus itself, you have the options. You can explore that, Nandagopal.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm still, why I'm asking, say, if everything can be doable in Dynatrace, so
can I answer, Rahul?
See, actually, what is happening, Nandagopal, it is not that only one tool has to be used for one activity, right? People will think like there are activities that are little lesser cost-effective things. They'll go for that option also. Okay, and that too you are using the bundled service only, right? So to a certain extent, it maybe comes under your existing service cost itself. So that may be the reason they are preferring those kind of choices. Extremely new tool, if you are going out, maybe you need to start from scratch in the funding, right? So that may be the reason people are preferring partly in the existing service and partly in the new service. So it's up to the stack that you are monitoring. Okay, it is up to the complete stack that you are monitoring. Accordingly, you can take a call. Okay. Yeah. Raj, you are about to say something, Raj.
No, even I have the same thing which I have faced in my previous organization, and that is what the Grafana, whatever he is telling, the same metric we can capture in Dynatrace as well. So what is the difference between Grafana and Dynatrace is we can see the complete in-depth details of the application in Dynatrace. In Grafana, we can able to see the infra level matrices. For example, if you want to go for any SQL, any Oracle database thing, so if you want to do it from Grafana, so it's we can able to just do the infra things, right? Infra level matrix. What is the CPU usage of the database? That and all you can able to see. If in case customer is asking us something like I want to see the table spaces and everything, in that case, in Dynatrace we can use the extension, and with the help of extension we can able to capture entire thing. That is not possible in Grafana. I am correct, Rahul?
Yeah. See, and maybe see this Grafana, InfluxDB, Prometheus, these tools, you need to put effort. I mean, there are places you need to do this configuration things and all kind of achievable, but through your effort. But this Dynatrace is it's kind of I mean, normal layman can straight away do that installation, and then because one agent takes care of most of the things, so one agent will monitor everything. So will make your life easy in certain extent. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Docker container, see Docker container, if you wish, I can cover it as topic, but which is not right now part of the discussion, Dharmesh. Okay. See, file
So,
sorry?
containerize or Docker, there will be no such use case that can be covered, because that's one of the very important thing which, like, nowadays all customer will have containerized environment applications running on container.
No, end of the day, whatever the container Docker that we are talking, it's just an configuration on the system. Okay. It's a variety. Okay. It's a variety that we are going to do it. And then end of the day, again, your application, your service, your process, that flavor will be followed. So that's the reason we already covered Windows, Linux like that, right? So we stopped it. But probably if your interest is actually there, I'll discuss that line item as well. Okay.
Yeah, because that's see, I understand. At the end of the day, we'll monitor applications or services and everything, but enabling monitoring or Docker as a platform or OpenShift or containerized platform, enabling monitoring on that system is complex to understand. So that's the reason, because it's not like a legacy approach. What we do on a Windows or a Linux system, just install any agent and that agent will start collecting data, what metrics or KPIs we decide.
Yeah. Sure. And then this file monitoring can be done like see, I never heard about this. Probably I will explore and then tell that, Bibu. Okay. I even wanted to discuss with you on what way that it is actually operated or how it is actually expected. I'll explain that. Okay. CA mapping, you are talking about service now, Rashmi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Through Dynatrace, you have the option to integrate with service now. Yes, we have the option. But dedicatedly, you are trying to do the CA mapping that we are not doing. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I think those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir. I already pasted Kumar sir number in the chat. 9133190573. Please reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. From tomorrow, the actual session, actual discussion session is actually, we are going to start. So if you do not want to miss any session, you wanted to have a continuous learning, please reach out to Kumar sir. 9133190573. Please reach out to Kumar sir for further information. So we already started kind of a basic understanding, but from tomorrow, the actual day one topic we are going to start. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir. Okay. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. We will continue the same in all the session. Thanks each and every one of you, and specifically you all the very good questions and which made our discussion session a fruitful session. Thanks for that, and we'll continue the same in the upcoming session as well. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks all. Bye bye.
Thank you.